And that is why I stand here today to declare that I am a candidate for President of the United States of America.
Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be doing an election prediction between Donald Trump and Elizabeth Warren, and today we got the official announcement from Elizabeth Warren that she is running for president. And so previously she had formed an exploratory committee to look into running for president, but that was just merely a formality, and now it's a completely official and she is now running for president. She had a rally earlier this morning at the time I'm recording this video, and she has a few endorsements already. So U.S. Senator Ed Markey has endorsed her. He is a senator from Massachusetts, and so that is one endorsement she now has. And she also got an endorsement from Joe Kennedy III, who is a U.S. representative from Massachusetts, and so he is also notorious because he is a member of the Kennedy family. Now we want to also look at polling before we actually fill in the map here. And let's go ahead and go back here and let's just take a look at this. You know, if there's a scenario with Warren, Donald Trump, and Howard Schultz, Donald Trump wins that scenario every time, and that's just because Howard Schultz takes a lot of votes away from Elizabeth Warren. But you know, that's just something to look into. Here we have another scenario in which Schultz takes 11% of the votes, so obviously that's not looking too good for Warren. But let's look at some polls where it's just Donald Trump and Warren together, and this one right here is very interesting. Warren only wins by 1 point, which is not comfortable. In fact, it could be within the margin of error, and this pollster is notorious for being left-leaning, and also the fact is that this is a C+ rated pollster. Let's look at some other polls. Well, in the state of Michigan, what we do know is Warren wins Michigan by 3 points. Not a big win, but you know, she could win Michigan, so that's good news for her. If we look at the state of New Hampshire, Warren wins New Hampshire pretty big. Take a look at this, Warren plus 12. You know, that's actually a very good margin of victory. If we look at this other pollster, Public Policy Polling, and this is a Democratic-leaning pollster, and so as we can see, Warren defeats Donald Trump by 6 points here in this Democratic-leaning pollster. And out of the candidates here, she does perform relatively worse than Biden, Harris, O'Rourke, and Sanders, but she is, you know, a candidate that could get more name recognition, so it's yet to be seen how strong Warren is. And so, you know, those are just some of the polls. In fact, if we look at another public policy poll, and this is in North Carolina, this again is Democratic leaning. You know, Donald Trump would probably win the state of North Carolina by, you know, over 2-3 points, and so, you know, that's not a state. That's not a state Elizabeth Warren is going to win. So let's go ahead and get straight into filling our map in, guys. So we're going to go ahead and fill in these safe Democratic states here for Elizabeth Warren. And so let's go ahead and do that real quick. And so all these, you know, eastern states would go for Elizabeth Warren. She would win her home state of Massachusetts. I would also put Illinois here and the state of Hawaii. And that is also the state of New Mexico. Let's go ahead and also fill in the safe Republican states. So these are going to be safe for Donald Trump in this election cycle. I'm actually going to include Texas in it as well. I don't think Elizabeth Warren is going to do too good in Texas, and so I'm going to call that straight away for Donald Trump. And so also the Deep South, as we already know, is strongly Republican, and so this goes to Donald Trump. So it's currently at 155 to Elizabeth Warren's 187. So let's see where Elizabeth Warren can pick up. She'll probably get Nevada, Colorado, and Virginia, but as we saw from polling, she wins the state of New Hampshire outright, and so that's good for her. Now, if you win the state of New Hampshire pretty big, you're probably also going to win the state of Maine, so I'm going to give the entire state of Maine to Elizabeth Warren. But for Donald Trump, we're also going to go ahead and fill in some states he'll probably win, which is Alaska, Georgia, and as we saw from polling, North Carolina, Utah, and I'd probably give him Arizona as well. He still has strong support in the state of Florida and Ohio, and I still do believe those will fall into the Republican column. So that gives Donald Trump 253. And so Elizabeth Warren likely wins Minnesota, and we're Michigan over here. And so the reason why she wins Michigan, as we saw from polling, she was doing fairly well in Michigan. She beat Donald Trump by 3 points. And so we're going to give Donald Trump Iowa. And we're going to finally end it off by giving Elizabeth Warren Pennsylvania here and Donald Trump Wisconsin. And so that's going to end our election here at 269 to 269, and this will go to the House of Representatives, which I assume would probably pick Elizabeth Warren because currently it's controlled by the Democrats, and so they would probably choose the Democrat over the Republican candidate. and so Elizabeth Warren would become the 46th president of the United States of America. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.